Hey moms, and welcome back to Humanizing Mom Season 2. And we are continuing our journey of motherhood with Courtney.
That's me.
So Courtney, you have two boys that are adorable. Yeah, why don't you tell us more about them? Like, what is something that's like stood out about your birth stories or your pregnancies or just your mothering experience that you feel passionately about?
Like as I said before, I'm not even sure I feel passionately about motherhood. Because it's hard and it's weird. And I feel like a lot of times, this is going to be tangential right here. Let's get philosophical. I think that mothers are very pressured into being mothers and just mothers, and that's all that we are, and that's our identity, and how dare we try to be anything else. And I am just not here for that. I am Courtney first. I have needs. I'm a woman. I have aspirations. I have thoughts, and they do not begin and end with my children. Even though I think they're alive. They're right there. Like, they're good. I think I'm a good mom. I really try to keep their trauma to a minimum, but I'm sure it's there. Yeah, so I don't know. I always say I'm not that kind of mom. When people are like, oh, what are you like? Sometimes I forget to make my oldest brush his teeth. And sometimes I'm like, how many days has it been since the baby had a bath? And whatever, that's just how it goes. So yeah, I don't know.
That's kind of like our mantra for the series, though, is that there's all these other pieces to who we are, that that's why it's called humanizing, because we're humans,
right,
who have wants and needs and desires and individual thoughts that don't always revolve around
yeah. And I guess the way I was parented is very different than the way probably a lot of people were parented, and that's the way I parent too. Is that I'm not one of those children have their place and they need to be spoken. They speak when spoken to, and we have to shield them from big emotions and from certain concepts, and I just don't do that. And maybe that will traumatize them, and sometimes they probably do hear and see things that they don't need to, but isn't it all character building? That's what we're gonna go with. So I don't I'm not a shelterer, and I'm not I let them hear and experience and be a part of stuff. Now I'm not letting him watch porn, although you know what, he's 12, maybe he's doing that. I don't know. I don't want to know. Keep it from me.
Yeah, I'm good not knowing that too when I get to
that. I do not want to. Oh, so funny story. One time we took my mom's phone. Gavin had to be 4 or 5 years old, and he took my mom's phone, and my mom went to go Google something on her phone, and the last thing that was Googled was girls with no bras on with their shirts off. He voice Googled it. It's girls
the whole thing.
Girls with no bras on with their shirts off. Was it was so cute. But anyway, and then one time Chad walked in on him, they had a talk. This is not the nice part about having a stepdad in the picture, is I was oh,
I can't.
that. Because what do you say? And like, also, I've never sheltered him from like, I mean, I have boys and I need to raise boys that know how to be in the world with women. It's very important because, so like, I don't want them to be that way. So like, I've never hid, like, they know what periods are and they know what a tampon's for and they know like, you know, I walk around the house naked. First of all, I know people freak out about that, especially with a 12-year-old, but if you're sexualizing your relationship between you and your child, you should probably reevaluate and maybe seek therapy, because nudity is not always sexual. So these are the kinds of things that I try to instill in my boys. Like, if you see a pair of titties, that doesn't mean you get to touch them. That doesn't mean that you're entitled to even stare at them. They're just boobs. They're just sacks of skin. And also, I try to tell them that they don't all look like this, so don't be like upset that this is all there is. Some people are better, but
And this is why Gavin was trying to figure out.
and that's why he was like Googling that, because he was upset because they
He was upset.
they need some work.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Through two pregnancies. I'm sure they're wonderful.
Yeah. They, you know what, it's not even right. I didn't even breastfeed my kids, which, like, again, is a thing, like a whole thing. And I think we put too much pressure on ourselves for that, because I really tore myself up over not being able to breastfeed my kids. But like, my boobs look like I breastfed 6 children. It's rude. Like, they're just not great.
It's rude.
It's rude. It's very rude. Like, I didn't do that. They were not used in such a way. And here comes a baby again. So anyway,
Oh.
Oh, he's got a diaper.
there's Jack. Ow. What? Oh. My toe hurt. Your toe hurt? Yeah.
What happened?
My toe hurt.
I'm sorry.
You okay?
Are you gonna make it?
His eyebrows, he has such a very distinct like expression.
He does very like. So when he was born, he did not emote whatsoever for like a long time. And Chad and I would be like, we swear, like, sometimes he's really like, he makes expressions, but he would like, you'd try to look at him and he'd be like, and so you'd like look over here and he'd be like,
Oh no.
he would not make eye contact. We were like, we're gonna test this baby later. But then he's, you know, he's okay, I guess. I don't know, we'll see. There is the trauma factor. I don't know.
He was just secretly judging everybody. He's like, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, kids with the eyebrows are so like, it's so funny watching them, because Oliver has obvious eyebrows too, and he just like, his concerned face is like super dramatic, and like is very dramatic because you can see you know.
Right. He's we used to tell people like he's, because they'd be like, oh, hi baby, and Jack would be like,
yeah,
and then we'd be like, we swear, like, he just looked into your, like, he had a soul stare is what I would say.
Yeah.
Looked deep into you, and like, you'd be like, one time when I was 6 years old, I stole a candy bar. Like, you just start admitting things to him because he's looking so hard into your like inner workings.
Yeah.
That maybe he's going to be like a linebacker one day, but maybe he's going to be like a really good attorney.
But both. He'll go to like, what's a good lawyer school? Obviously, I didn't go to one. You know, I was
Harvard Law. That's where.
Yeah, that was what I wanted.
Blonde lady went. What was her name in that movie?
I don't know, Reese Witherspoon.
I mean, yes, that's the actress. I just couldn't remember the name of the character.
Don't know. That's what it is, Reese. It's good. But yeah, he's gonna go on a football scholarship to Harvard, if they even have a football program. If they do, they're probably not great. No offense if you're on Harvard's football team. And then he'll, I don't know. You know what? I always say that Jack is going to be the one that's like calling me from jail, and Gavin's going to be the one that's like supporting me.
So how did Gavin react to having a baby around? Like, how was that transition for him, being an only and being older?
And there are no kids on my side either. He's the only one. So
True
it was
only.
definitely, yeah, it was definitely different. Now he wanted me to have a baby. Like one time he asked me if I could have a baby so he could look inside its body. So I don't know what his motivations were, but like when we announced that we were pregnant to our families, we did it at Christmas time, and it was really cute. And we like did one of those like ball things that like you have like candy and money and stuff wrapped in it. You have to like unravel it with your oven mitt hands. And it was a little thing, and it said, "You're announcing to the family that the Hudsons are expecting a baby," and he was supposed to be born in August. I did not. What? What happened?
Like,
Your face.
saw him.
He's covered in chocolate now. So Gavin was super, like, whenever we announced it, he just like walked across the room and his face was like this, and he went, "You're making me a baby."
Aww.
He was so excited.
That's so
But
cute.
it's been, because he was 10 when he was born, he was older, like he's been helpful. I do have a boo-boo right there. Oh, he kissed it for me.
Oh,
So sweet. But because he was older, it was easier to like help him to understand, like,
right.
we're not ignoring you, the baby just needs attention type of thing. I have chocolate on my arm now.
That's his life.
Yeah, and so I didn't have to like, he's pretty self-sufficient. Gavin's so chill that like I can literally count how many times he's ever gotten seriously hurt. I can count how many times he's ever broken stuff like in my house, destroyed things. He just has never been a wild baby. He's never been difficult. He's always been super chill. So he's very self-sufficient and like doesn't like need a lot of attention, which is nice, because if you have a baby when you have like a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old,
There's a lot more going on.
Yeah, that's a lot. And I don't know how people do it. Like, kudos to you, mamas, because it is not within me. But like he does have times where he's like, "You like the baby more than me," or like you always, tell me I have to chill out because the baby and stuff like that. So he deals with that sometimes. And he'll be, the baby's your favorite, and I'm like, no, because do you see what he's doing? And you don't do that. Like, I don't have to wipe your butt, and you chill. You're like, I can reason with you. But Jack and Gavin's a super good big brother too. Like, they play and stuff, and Jack is mean to him. And Gavin just wants his affection, so it's really sad sometimes. But like, I know, but like Jack is like freaking insane, like balls to the wall. He's literally bouncing off my walls. He's literally jumping from piece of furniture to piece of furniture. He's into everything. He's breaking stuff. He's just insane. He's insane. And I went, and like, also I'm 35 now, and like it's a lot. It's a lot different. And the other day I didn't even post this on Facebook because it was such a shit show. He brings the milk out because he is independent and he has to do it. Trips on the floor, goes sprawling forward. This never been opened gallon of milk. You know how there's like a circle in the side of the gallon?
Yeah.
That came out off that, it launched out of the thing. And a gallon of milk within 2 seconds was all over my living room floor. And my house is 1,000 years old. If you can't see, you can't tell. And so my floor is literally slanted like this. So it all goes like running into the wall. And like under the cat. Oh my God. I've never seen so much milk in my life. There was so much milk. And so he's upset, and I like have to leave the milk there because he hurt himself. So I'm like picking him up. There's milk all over the floor. And then like also that was all our milk. And he has to have milk because he's an addict and he'll like lose it if he doesn't have milk. No one in this house drinks milk or uses milk for anything except for him. And I buy 5 gallons a week on average.
Dang.
Yeah. He has a problem.
He has a problem.
He needs the milk.
Milk is disgusting.
Oh,
And so
I don't like it like that. I mean, I use it to cook, but I don't.
I'll use it to cook.
But I don't just drink milk unless there's Oreos involved.
So I can't even use it to cook because
It's
if I use
his.
the milk, yeah, like if I use it, I won't have enough to like supplement his need. And so
You're the dealer.
yes. So yeah, and also like don't do this to your kids, by the way. Here's a little tidbit of how you mess with your children. When I was little, I've always hated milk. I don't like milk. It doesn't make sense to me. It's disgusting why you're drinking it. My brother's dad had us for the weekend and he poured me a glass of milk for breakfast and I wouldn't drink it. And so for the entire weekend, he left that single glass of milk in the fridge or on the counter, put it out at every meal. And I didn't drink anything the whole weekend. I was like crying. I was like drinking my shower water because I was so thirsty and like sneaking in the bathroom and drinking water out of the sink with my hands because I was so thirsty. And so he wouldn't give me anything except that milk because on principle, children need milk. And so now milk makes me vomit. There was a time when I couldn't even touch a gallon of milk. Like if the milk, like, you know, to put the groceries away or whatever, I would gag just touching the gallon. Trauma. Don't do that to your kids. They don't like it. Don't make them eat it. You sick weirdos. So I did used to be one of those people that was like, if I'm not making 2 dinners, if they don't like when I cook, blah, 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 blah. Now I'm like, would you like a cookie? Will you just eat something? Will you just
That's
eat
me. That's
just
me.
Yeah, eat whatever
is gonna give you calories. Like I can't. Yeah.
Yeah, here's a cookie. I don't give a shit. I just want you to eat food.
Yep.
And then in his chocolate milk, it's really like the vitamin Nesquik garbage and stuff like that. He doesn't eat. And Gavin, that's like my kids are so different. Gavin will eat anything. He's like good. He loves vegetables and he loves whatever I put in front of him. Do you hear this baby crying right now? He'll eat anything. I'm immune to it. I don't even care.
He's got a dad on the other side of the world.
It's not mine, so it doesn't affect me. Really, not in the same way.
That's fine.
Still you boo-boo.
Yeah, my kids are so different, and Jack is so picky. And like, I've tried all the little tactics, like feed them the same thing. I still fix his little plate with all the food on it that we're eating anyway, but he's not going to eat it, and that's okay. And he loves like he'll only eat fresh fruit. How dare I try to give him like the cups? He will eat like French fries and chicken nuggets and pizza. That is not because that's all I give him. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
Oliver used to eat everything. Like he would eat anything I would put in front of him, and then literally like one day he just was like, no more.
Yeah, that's what Jack did. I used to fix him the same stuff I would have fixed Gavin. Like I always did like a fruit and a protein and like a cereal. And then one day, he will eat bacon. Like he will eat his weight in bacon. So I do try to keep bacon on hand because I feel like there's no nutrients in that. There's protein.
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 But like he gets like little baby dark circles under his eyes because he doesn't get like enough nutrients. Like a little wartime baby.
I mean, he's getting nutrients from somewhere.
I was gonna say if he's in 5T.
He is at school. They're like, oh yeah, he eats whatever. Because
other kids eat it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not inviting another baby into my home just to get him to eat fruit. That's off the table.
When Melinda was keeping Oliver for a short period of time before COVID got bad, She had him eating all kinds of stuff because Aria would eat it. And
Yeah,
now
yeah.
he literally like he won't eat anything. It's ridiculous. He takes vitamins and he eats a lot of veggie straws and
Yeah, I'll eat those.
cereal puffs, the little Gerber star
Those
looking
are
things.
good. Yeah.
He
those are
likes
good.
those. And I do the pouches because I feel like at least there's something in them that's like, you know, something.
So like he'll eat the pouches sometimes and then sometimes not. And like he's 2 now, so like he eats applesauce. But like we didn't even do baby food. He would not eat baby food no matter what, no matter how I served it, was not interested. So he was on formula until he was over a year old. That's all he wanted. And he would eat fruit, cereal, and little snacky things like that. But never, like, he was like, what is this trash that you're trying to give me? And even now, and I think it's a texture thing maybe, because he will not, like, you'll be like, here, try this. And he's like, disgusted.
Yeah, Oliver just looks at food and says no.
Yeah.
And he'll look like, sometimes he'll lean over and he'll like talk about what it is that I'm eating, and I'll go, oh, would you like to try some? It's very good. And he's like,
yeah,
no, bitch, I can't even believe you just asked me that. Like he just looks
Yeah.
like, what a stupid question.
Yeah, that's exactly the face that Jack, which you saw. That's his face, is like, wow, why would you think I would eat it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, babies are weird.
Agreed.
Kids are super weird.
Kids are super weird and they're always different. And like you were saying, like, it's all normal. Everything is normal.
It is. It's
like, is this weird? No.
And every time, like, I'm like pretty good about not freaking out about stuff. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm just not, I don't know. I just don't freak out about like everything. I'm just not like that. But like, you know, I had we'll say an ex-friend suggest one time, you know, they were like, Oliver organizes his stuff into categories like colors and themes and animals. And he categorizes them and organizes them and puts them in rows and stuff like that. And I had someone say to me, like, well, you know, that's the first sign of autism.
Okay.
He's almost 3. He should be categorizing shit into colors and animals and trucks and, you know, I don't know, whatever else. We always say that motherhood is 100% adaptability. That's all you do is adapt. You adapt to your needs, your child's needs, your family needs, all of that stuff. Constant.
Because like no one else knows what they're doing, and like
also true.
Act like they're like the parenting books and the people who act like they know what's up. No, they do not. They're liars and
all they do is make people who are struggling feel like failures.
Yeah, and you're not. Like, as long as, well, sometimes, you know, someone out there is not great, but like for the most part.
Well,
if you ever think to yourself like, man, maybe I'm just not doing that great, then you're probably okay. But if you're
right,
I mean, everybody's just trying it. Don't be mean to your babies. Make sure they eat food. Doesn't matter what. Doesn't matter. Feed them whatever. Doesn't matter. This is my solid parenting advice.
That actually brings us to a great point, in that we usually ask 2 questions to our mom. One of them is, what is one piece of advice? It could be something that you received, something you wish you would have received, something that, you know, that you would give to moms. One piece of advice you would give to them.
One piece of advice. Well,
like the first thing that comes to your mind is something that you would say that you find value in.
That's a really good question. I don't know. I guess like, don't lose yourself, and you're not selfish if you know, need to take a weekend, and like, don't do drugs in front of your kids. That's like that's it.
That's the sound of it.
That's it. Like, don't like feed them, take time for yourself, no heroin. That is my advice.
Code of conduct for motherhood.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Look at my kitty. Ooh.
So cute.
Flinching? What is that? Flinching back there? All right. And what's our second one?
So the second one is, what is one thing that you've experienced, doesn't matter with which kid or what stage or whatever, that was something that kind of took you by surprise because you just felt like totally unprepared, not like normal unprepared, but like consumed with like an unpreparedness of
yeah, the 12-year-old, I don't know I literally don't know what I'm doing. His like, he's getting into puberty now, and like his angry hormones. What? Like, I also went through puberty, and I was the worst person on the planet. From like maybe 12 to maybe 25, I was a trash person, just garbage all around, just a horrible human being in a general sense. Oh my God. He's so angry and like, oh, and he eats, oh my God, he eats so much food. Like, puberty is mind blowing. It really is, especially with boys, because like, I am a girl. Maybe you didn't know, but I am a girl. And I have a brother, but he's 7 years younger than me. So by the time he was hitting puberty, I was already gone.
Right.
And like, he would eat weird shit. Like, he would make a Totino's pizza and put baked beans on top. That was weird. What a weird thing to do. But like, this kid eats like breakfast and then more breakfast and then lunch at school and then a meal when he gets home, and then he eats snacks until dinner time, and I'm like, you're gonna ruin your dinner. No, he's not. He's gonna eat the whole thing, like a meal portion, and then he's gonna eat again after dinner. And sometimes his dad will pick him up and take him to dinner, and he will come home and still eat the dinner that I made. Like, he eats so much, and I don't know how I'm going to continue to afford this because he's only 12. So that, like, if you have a small boy, begin saving now. Start buying Walmart gift cards every time you go, Publix gift cards for yourself, and you put those away, because I don't know how I'm going to keep feeding. You could give me $1,000 in food stamps every month, and he would consume every dollar of it. Like, I don't know. I'm going to have to get another job. Like, I don't know.
Maybe he could get a job.
Right. What are the child labor laws? I don't know, but I think 12 is too young.
You got a couple years.
I know. God. So yeah, puberty and like the emotions that come with that, and like the eating, and like, he's really proud of the hair on his balls. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't know. And the worst is yet to come. This is literally.
This is just the beginning.
I'm gonna find crusty socks. What do you do?
You send them away until they're done with that. That's what you do.
So yeah. So yeah, whatever I thought was hard about like a toddler, and
it's like nothing.
Babies are hard and toddlers are hard because they're so exhausting. But this is like where it's starting to get real, that I'm like making a human being that's gonna like have to interact in the world, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna mess this up, because like, I don't even know how to really be in the world yet. So he's gonna be very ill prepared. I don't know. But that's like the most shocking part, is when you realize they're like a little person.
Right.
And like, you're like, oh crap, I gotta like make you good and suck. I'll be like, you're gaslighting me, or like, I'm like, don't worry. Today he said something and I was like, if I ever hear you say that to a woman or a partner, like, never, like, I will come and hit you in your face, because what you're doing is not okay. Or like, hey, do you know what this means? And I'll be like, some stupid internet slang. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Well, what does it mean then? No, we will not do mansplain. We're not doing it. You don't, somebody says they know what you mean, that's it. You don't ask them to prove it. But it's like all those little things like that, making sure that I'm kind of worried. I don't want him to be a narcissist. I don't want him to be like his dad. I don't want, like, I gotta make sure that he votes properly. I gotta make sure that he
votes in general.
Right, that he thinks that that's important, which he does. And he asks all the questions, and we don't like tell him this is you're gonna believe, but
but do your research, figure it out.
But like, just like, oh my God, I've like in like 6 years seen like a real person that like goes into the world eating everything in sight, and like, and I have to make sure he doesn't like. It's a lot of pressure. That's a lot.
I mean, no, it is. I agree.
Start now, gathering gift cards and teaching your.
I just had a conversation with Oliver the other day about Catboy and Gecko leaving Owlette behind. I was like, if you don't get back over here and pick her up.
Yeah.
Look, we were there last weekend, and he would not let Aria play with anybody Owlette.
Oh, it's time to get out the feminism books.
Although, to be fair, Melinda only dresses her in over-the-top pink shit. So Oliver thinks pink is Aria.
Oh, something bad's happening. Oh.
I'm starving. We have to wrap up. I haven't had dinner, and it's 11 o'clock.
Your lack of preparation is not our problem.
What?
It is now. I'm making it your problem.
Okay.
And Aria herself, okay? Look.
She really does. He doesn't associate necessarily pink with girls. He associates pink with Aria. Because when Vinny and Marshall were over, they were not allowed to play with Owlette. It was when I asked him, I tried to get an answer as to why. He said, well, he really, to be fair, he didn't want them to play with any of them. But Mommy's not always allowed to play with Owlette, but like Aria has to. And I think it's because she's pink.
Maybe.
Because he gives me Catboy because he knows that I like blue. Well, see, he's just trying to match. He's really just trying to be accommodating. This was happening.
Yeah.
This person clearly is best matched with this one.
Maybe.
So,
we're amping up our people skills.
That's right.
Analytics.
Yes.
On that note, Courtney, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
I hope there's something here that you can use.
We've been filming for like 5 hours, so there better be.
Great. It's been enlightening.
I was literally just thinking the same thing.
It's been a lot of fun. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Any time that you want an unusable podcast, I'm here for you.
Cast heard. All right. Man, make sure that you like this video, that you're subscribed to this channel, hit the bell icon so you get notified when we release more amazing content like this in the future. And follow us on social media at Momestly on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll see you next time. Maybe we'll have Courtney on again. Comment down below. Who wants to see Courtney again?
Me, this cat. Oh.
Pretty white cat. That's right. All right. Thanks, moms. We'll see you next time. Bye.